Welcome to Legend of Dragoon, Part 45. Today we're going to be going to the palace and trying to get permission from the king. There is a way to actually do that, but first I have to show off a cutscene of what happens when you try to get in to the palace without any sort of special permission or consent. And ladies and gentlemen, the perkiness of Meru. Well, see, here's the thing. Meru is definitely a Spitfire, that's for sure. But she's actually hilarious. Unlike the other Spitfire characters that I happen to see in my time of playing video games and watching anime and television. Now, this is something that actually is also referenced in Final Fantasy XIII, Meru running into a barrier. Kinda seems familiar, cause Snow Villers did it twice, and both times he failed miserably. Oh, that's the funny part, she also does it twice. Anyway, she also is a blabbermouth too, and a pretty immature one at that. Well, about everybody else's personal secrets. Her own? Well, you'll have to actually go through the story in order to find out what she's all about. Almost forgot to mention one other thing. Meru's element is water, so anything fire would really do damage to her, and on top of that, Meru is actually the fastest character on your team. And that's why I like her. And it's guards like, "You are pretty." Dude, that's like the second old man that actually told her that. Fester told her that not too long ago. And Dart has two choices. Should we retreat now, or let's retreat now, or should we break through? If you choose let's retreat, everybody's just gonna leave. And then Meryl will still try to break in. But Dart and Albert will try to take her away. This option, on the other hand, is actually pretty hilarious. Snow Villers, ladies and gentlemen. Anywho, Meru, not once, but twice, failed to get through. And now we get chased out. Don't worry, we're not going to be completely kicked out of the city. We'll just go to another screen. And once you try to go there, it'll probably repeat. But anyway, where we actually need to go is the weapon shop. Oh wait, not the weapon shop, the item shop. You'll have to find Fester there first, before we actually get into the palace, or is allowed to go into the palace. Let's make sure this is the weapon shop. No, I think this is the accessory shop. Yeah, this is the accessory shop. Let's get out of here. Alright. Next we go here. This is where we need to go. And of course Fester will be looking at the telescope. So basically, once we talk to Fester, once we get to this cutscene, we'll be able to go into the palace. And funny thing is, there is actually 2 Stardust in the palace that we have to get. It's going to be after the series of cutscenes where we'll be able to get them. Or upon our return from the Valley of the Corrupted Gravity in order to get them as well. Yeah. So you got many chances to get those 2 Stardust. Why do I keep saying star pieces? I keep thinking of Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door, or Paper Mario. Anyway, just follow Fester outside and turn to your left as soon as you, or the right actually. Yeah, it's the left actually, and just walk up to Fester. Anyway, once again, this is a very lengthy part, and that's due to the fact that the cutscenes are exceptionally long. And, of course, we're going to go to Fester's house to brief Fester on what's going on. And, of course, two reasons why you're going there. One, because the Garrick gang pretty much kidnapped Lyn. Once Lyn, I wouldn't say kidnapped, I'd say more like threw him in the dungeon. That's probably why he hasn't returned from the Valley of the Corrupted Gravity. And two, not too long ago, they stole Dart's Dragoon Spear. So I just caught everybody up to speed. And not just that, there's something a little bit off about Princess Emile. That's the other thing that's probably troubling everybody. I mean, she's acting boorish and, dare I say, bulldaggery. Oh! As for what that little option, you can lie to Meru and say that he's royalty, and actually have Meru, like, going, "Oh, he's royalty? Cool! What kind of line you're from?" and all that good jazz. I think she goes into a tirade until Fester tells her, tells Dart, why did you tell her that? And tells Meru that he's actually the governor. And then Meru will scold you for being boring. No, for lying to her. Instead, I took the other option, which Meru will tell you that you're boring because you actually did not lie to her. So either way, Meru is depressed. Anywho, now thanks to talking to Fester, now we'll be able to go into the castle. There's a lot of multiple choices between Fester and Shauna. No, not Fester, between Meru and Shauna. And even Rose at one point. Now then, there is a Stardust right in that statue over there, but you can't get that just yet. If you go that way, you're gonna have to talk to Fester first. So, you just stand back and let Fester go the way he needs to go, and without deterring the path. And now it's time to meet the king. The king is basically jovial, and he's pretty oblivious to the fact that his daughter Emile is acting like a barroom tramp. As a matter of fact, the king is rather dopey, as he thinks that he sees many Festers. I guess he must be stressed out or must be confused due to all the events that has happened, but he's rather dopey and melancholy about this. Well, that's what I think he is. I'm not saying that he actually is that. Anyway, King Zior is also pretty oblivious. No, he's not technically oblivious. He just, well, seems to have some sort of mental issue. There's a truth behind that too. However, the king also mentions that Lyn came to him not too long ago and asked to go to the Valley of the Corrupted Gravity to talk to the Garricks. To be perfectly honest with you, if I was King Zior, I would probably figure out what the hell is wrong with this picture that his entire kingdom has been literally taken over by thugs. And now we get quite possibly the biggest acquired sentence ever. Pass for the Valley of the Corrupted Gravity. And we can't leave just yet. We still got lots of cutscene. About 17 minutes worth of cutscene to be exact. Jesus Christ. So, with that said, we're going to be introduced to yet another character once we try to leave. But first, there's a Stardust right here. You could get this at any time, but it's best to get it from the castle, because once you leave Fletz for good, you really don't want to come back. Unless you really have to. And this is Libria. Libria is the handmaiden of Princess Lisa, Emil's sister. And Princess Lisa knew of our visit. She must be psychic. She could see the future! I'm just kidding. I just hope her future visions is better than Raiden's. Anyway, let's go on ahead and meet Princess Lisa. Of course, the cutscene will take us there anyway. And I gotta say, that is some beautiful scenery out here. I don't know if this has an HD release or not. It probably does. But I can see out the horizon. And it's awesome. Anyway. Meru just figured out, it just dawned on Meru that she realized who King Albert was. And Lisa actually knows about things through astrology. Well, she's worse than the Kanassans. She's actually Nephlite from Sailor Moon. Anyway. If you laugh at your own jokes, it's not really that bad. But you know what? You have to think about it, because Nephlite did the exact same thing. Anywho. Lisa indeed gets prophecies and visions through astrology, and one of them is definitely important. Oh, yeah, I wasn't actually doing anything. Then she also reveals the past about Emil. And Albert is like shocked that Emil is not her usual self, because Albert's visited this place several times. And 6 months ago, apparently, something bad happened to Emil. As a matter of fact, Lisa loves her sister Emil. It's just the fact that she's not herself. And when the two went horseback riding, Emil's horse bucked and ran away into the forest. What about Princess Emil? It seems that my sister lost consciousness and couldn't control the horse. Lost consciousness? I chased her with my vassals. Oh, I see what happened. My sister was on the ground in the forest. Fortunately, she didn't have any injuries. Everybody felt profound relief. Until, that is, she woke up and became a total bitch. See? Everyone says it's because she hit herself on her head. However, something more than her language and attitude was wrong. It was as if she was a different person. I think I just caught on to what happened. Well, from this dialogue alone, it seems that Princess Emile actually was baited and switched. The question is, how? That will be revealed later on. But anyway, Lisa also brings something up that may be very interesting. The fact that Emile has a relationship with the Garrett Gang, which will explain why the Garrett Gang is in Fletz and Danao, and why the king hasn't sent his men to drive out the gang. Aha! You know what I have to say to that? Emile's a witch. Or Jeffrey Baratheon with a vagina, one of the two. Anywho, it was a coincidence, but to be perfectly honest with you, it's an imposter. Yeah, I kinda said too much. Or rather, she's a witch. And the stars told her to never hand over the moon. That is actually an important plot point, ladies and gentlemen. If the stars is telling Lisa, don't give Emile the moon dagger, I think the stars know that that's not Emile. So technically it's not really a spoiler. And so Dark Goddess wished and found out that Lloyd is somewhere connected to this. So he didn't make a blank trip to Fletz for anything. And just say we will, or else we have to go through this whole, or else you guys have to go through this whole cutscene all over again. Anyway, now that we got that, we'll actually have to go to dinner in order to advance the plot a little more. So, before we do, we'll have to talk to Libria before we actually continue the plot. That's pretty much a long cutscene. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of long cutscenes in this game, but I still love this game because of all the hilarity that I can actually get from Meru and Haschel, especially since these two are together. I mean, all the awesome action, and more importantly, the music of this game. And a compelling story, no less. And yet, IGN decides to give this game a... Come here. Ah, damn it, I'm at the way she comes out again. And yet, IGN gave this game a 7 out of 10. It's a decent score, but they scored this game pretty freaking low compared to Final Fantasy VII. Then again, it's IGN. But what does that have to do with anything? Well, I'll explain later, but for right now, as you can see, Princess Emile is at her most graceful. And the king is trying his best to cope with it. That poor king. God damn. She's just eating as if she was on The Simpsons. Or worse, she was on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, y'all see how Goku eats like several buffets of food? My God. And she's a little smart mouth bitch. And, of course, she actually is very vulgar, too. And Albert and Dart, well, apparently she thinks that they're cute. Emil just needs to go to bed. Please, somebody prepare her some... excuse me. Please, somebody prepare her some wolfsbane, because she has a big day tomorrow. She needs to go to sleep. Anyway, she pretty much proves her disapproval of everyone else. Yeah, very classy indeed. And of course, it's kind of hard for everybody to enjoy their meal when she's eating like a goddamn pig. And Emil is going to do something that makes her seem very suspicious in about a few seconds. Oh, 5-second rule! Well, see, if you notice, she dropped her utensils the moment her father said, Valley of the Corrupted Gravity. Meaning, Emil is indeed connected to the Garrett gang. Excuse me. Can people change that much from the shock of falling from a horse? Not really. They'll get amnesia or concussion, but not that bad. I can produce the same impact with my... Wait, what? Hasha wants to punch her. And then with my hammer. Wait, she wants to smack her in the head with a hammer? That's murder! Everyone, it's getting late. Please stay at the castle tonight. Thank you for your concern. It's fine. It's me asking you the favor. Have a good night. Poor Lisa. If she only knew. Anyway, we'll have to actually go to bed in order for us to continue the plot. Because we can't go anywhere else until we do. This is basically still the favor side quest. Anyway, or more like cutscene. Anyway, Shauna is tired, and now Shauna is going to be going to bed. But there's a scene that I may inadvertently skip, and that scene would be when you talk to Meru right before you get ready to go to bed, and by doing so you have to actually walk over to Haschel. She'll mention something about she can't go to sleep because if she goes to sleep before Dart, Dart will do something to her. Meru, you're funny. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see Rose or Albert or anyone else because, well, they'll just hit the hay anyway. So basically speaking, it all leads to us going to the Garrett gang's hideout and beating them up. And Rose actually mentioned something to Dart. But then again, Dart dropped his guard. It wasn't really his... Okay, maybe it was his fault. But he didn't expect the unexpected. And, well... we'll get Dart's Dragoon spirit back. We kinda have to. Then again, I don't think we'll be able to use it throughout the entirety of the game. Well, not the game, just 2 of the battles in the second chapter. Well, like I said, you could talk to Meru all you want, but you have to talk to Haschel to continue the cutscene. And there's yet another multiple choice. But see, Haschel is, well, how should I put it? He's reminiscent of Claire. And he just said that Claire is definitely the complete opposite of Meru, which he's trying to say that Meru is not mature. But I don't honestly know, like, the next option, what that's supposed to pertain to later on in the game. I don't remember. But I just say yes, I think so, to speed things along. And then Meru just chalantly goes to bed. Jeez. Anyway, with that said, we are pretty much done here in the palace, but not just yet. We can't go anywhere else. We're gonna have to go to the right. And it's best to get this now, because later on we won't be able to. And it's here. That's our last Stardust, ladies and gentlemen, for Flex. We no longer have a reason to come back here to Flex except to play out the cutscenes after coming back from the Valley of the Corrupted Gravity. And oh god, I hate the Valley of the Corrupted Gravity's level design. It is rather aggravating. And I'll get to more on that in a little bit. This is RPMan 985. I will end this part right here, and I'll see you guys in part 46. Where we go to the Valley of the Corrupted Gravity, and just for boredom's sakes, when I run into constant enemy encounters, I'll talk a little bit more about why I think IGN is morons for actually giving this game an average score. See you guys next time.